Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, when it comes to our human life, from our ancestors, we have experience in day-to-day life with this conventional life. And it is very difficult for us to find out what is the right way to do something and what are the right things that we should accumulate around us, even psychologically and physically both. Just forget about psychological side. When it comes to this very physical conventional life, every day sometimes we struggle with this material world, thinking what is good for us. Even though in the Buddha's teaching there are many teachings regarding, like the Mangala Sutta, and there are some other sutras for conventional life. What are the good things that we should keep close to us as actions? We have that kind of knowledge in Dharma, but still when it comes to our conventional life, that sometimes things become very difficult. And ourselves, even in very day-to-day life and with very familiar things, we have doubt what is the right things that we should keep with us. What are the right things that we hold? And what are the right tools that we have to keep with ourselves? And sometimes even for the moment we think, oh, we should do this. And then what happened in the very next moment, we go to something else. Even you go to market thinking to buy something, but once you go to market, you change mind and you bring something else. And then the very next day, overnight, you change your mind, and the very next day, you go back and return it. And then you bring something else. It's still sometimes we are not satisfied. Even you are very familiar with the, whatever the garment you wearing. And sometimes the brand or the size that you use. Even with that also, sometimes when you bring something, you have doubt again, and you have kind of like, you know, other opinions. Then you go back and you have kind of like a struggle with this all. It is a kind of like a part of our life. Our mind not able to settle down with things properly. And that is nothing to do with this outside world. It mostly come as a inner mental behavior. And sometimes it is very difficult for us to find out really what we want. And even sometimes when we want something, it is not really that we need it. We think we want it because of some outside conditions. So then it is your responsibility, come to material life. Before you go to your spiritual path, even in the very material life, you have to learn, you have to exercise, you have to master as a quality, as a technique to maintain with this material world. And whatever you see, and don't jump into it. So you have to have a kind of like a discipline. It's not going to happen overnight. It happens sometimes with the experience, but at the same time, you can gain that wisdom by observing and by looking into yourself and maintaining your life properly and look forward and having a kind of like a right purpose. Because once you have the right purpose, this lot of unnecessary material and unnecessary thought to start to go away. Sometimes when we don't have the clear purpose regarding our life, conventionally, materially, or spiritually, or psychologically, both ways, sometimes our life become itself busy. So then remember yourself that when it come to the situation, keep the clarity in your mind little by little, little by little. You have to exercise for that, because there are a lot of opportunities come to us, but it is up to you to open for that. Or in your mind, deeper in your heart, within your life, what you looking for. If you yourself ask something, if you waiting for something, if you have a clear picture regarding what you really want to do in this life, and slowly you can cultivate it. No matter what your past, no matter whatever the environment or the the quality around you or the people, still there is a possibility for you to cultivate that, the vision, that whatever you carry in within yourself. So that is very one of the main, the quality that Buddha the mention. So then you have to always remember the mind is kind of like a paddy field. So if you don't do anything, it's not going to bring the harvest. So then what you have to do? Right time, you have to work and make it usable. And then after that, you have to sow. And then you have to take care of it. And then you, when the time comes, you can reap it. But what you sow, you're going to reap. But you cannot reap something else. So like that, what you invest in your mind, what you plant in your heart, what you ask from yourself, you're going to get that. And sometimes in life, we receive a lot of things. That is the very nature of the conventional life. But at the same time, if you become very clear, you slowly going to reach to that. So when it come to these physical activities, and sometimes thinking this is profitable for us, we do many activities, and sometimes it is very difficult for us to recognize what is unprofitable for our this life journey. So even before the people used to do many things, still people do a lot of things. Even name of the spirituality, people do a lot of things and it doesn't bring the right result. So then yourself, when you do something, even meditation, there are a lot of meditation technique. It just eat your life, waste your time. It doesn't bring anything or it doesn't take you to any success or the development. So then it is your responsibility that when you invest your time, invest your life, you have to look, is this possible? Is this able to bring the some profitable outcome, physically or materially or spiritually. So otherwise it become a struggle sometimes. So then there was, during Buddha's time, there was a Brahman called Uggata Sarira Brahmana. So this Uggata Sarira Brahmana had a lot of money. Uggata Sarira means the having a heavy body, very fat man, like a laughing Buddha. So he had a lot of money, but still he had the doubt in life what he should do to gain more happiness, more success. See, during Buddha's time. And people, still there are people, they do a lot of weird things, thinking that it's going to bring them the even conventional happiness. So then what he got advice from another Brahman to do a huge sacrifice, 500 cows and 500 some other animals. So like that, 500, 500, 500, lot of animals to kill and do a sacrifice for the god. So in, in the history we have seen, and sometimes people used to do this, and even still there are some people do this to gain something good for us. We kill animals, and there are some people even secretly they kill people also. Just imagine killing someone, or killing an animal, it itself unprofitable action, and killing that itself, that moment, is giving a pain to something or somebody. So giving a pain, fear, and destroying a life, how you can gain something good? Very, very simple science. Because the very nature of the actions, that what you do, and according to that, that you receive that same nature. Same like when you plant a mango tree, you get the mangoes. When you plant an apple tree, you get apple. Same thing with the actions. But still, this Uggata Brahmana thought, Uggata Sarira Brahmana thought, because people do it and people say it is good, and he prepared. Now, huge area, lot of animals. And then some people sharpening that all the weapons to kill these animals in a in an auspicious time, and sacrifice. So then at the same time, the Uggata Brahmana thought, now his mind also got busy and got doubt. There are a lot of animals and doing this, how I going to get something good? Then he thought, oh, there is the Buddha at the temple. It is better go and ask him before I do this, because he know. And at the same time, and he make a huge fire ceremony. And with this fire ceremony, that he planned to offer this all the animals, killing and offering to this fire. So then he went to Buddha and asked, Venerable Sir, I'm going to do this fire ceremony and killing animals and doing these offerings. So am I going to get any profitable merits out of this. So then the Buddha mentioned, when you do this fire ceremony, when you get ready for this offering or killing animals, you sharpening three kind of weapons. Those are bodily action, verbal action, mental actions. Your bodily action, you sharpening, bringing animals and making fireplace and thinking to kill. So you sharpening your bodily action to do demerits. And mental action, so in your mind, you already keep thinking to kill this. You sharpening your mind to do unprofitable action. And verbally, and you talk with others and you share your ideas and you guide others to do this. So you sharpening your words to kill these animals with this fire ceremony. So sharpening your bodily, verbally, and mentally actions to do a harm, you will never gain any kind of merits. Sharpening your bodily, verbally, or mentally action is like weapons. Sharpening that, you gain always unprofitable actions, unprofitable qualities to yourself. So then the Buddha mentioned, doing like these fire ceremonies, not bringing any kind of good to your life, only you go to the danger, suffering. So then Uggata Sarira Brahmana asked Buddha, please, Venerable Sir, is there anything that I can bring, that I can do to bring the good qualities to, or the profitable skills to my life, or the merits to my life? So then the Buddha mentioned there are 7 kind of fires in this world. 3 kind of fires you have to destroy, and another 3 kind of fires you can light, and another one fire, and it doesn't have any kind of meaning. So then the Buddha mentioned there are 3 kind of fires that you have to destroy. What are those 3 kind of fires? Raga, dosa, moha. That's mean greed, hatred, and the ignorance or the delusion. So those are like fire. It's burn us. It burn us, it burn others. The raga, lust, desire, it's burn us whole day and sometimes at night. And the most of our part of our life, the desires burn us deeper inside. So looking for satisfaction, it's kind of like we putting the fire, we putting the wood to that fire, and that fire becoming more stronger, more stronger, stronger. So sometimes we worship that. The this desire of fire inside with the lust, with the many ceremonies, with many parties, and we worship it, we appreciate it, but we don't know deeply how we burn out of that. So then what the Buddha mentioned, so remember to raga, or the lust deeply, slowly. You have to get out of this fire. And dvesha, other one is the anger. Look at the world. You see how the world behave. So the same thing in our mind also, in our heart also sometimes. The little anger can ignite the huge fireplace, and it can burn a lot of things, and it can burn ourselves and it can burn outside others. It can hurt other people and give a great pain to everyone. So then yourself always remember to reduce that fire. Otherwise, if you go revenge and if you hold it to it, clinging to it, harboring your thoughts to the anger, reminding it, repeating it, what will happen? You will burn out of it. It will destroy everything. And other people get hurt. It will burn everybody. So then, sometimes the anger, people keep it as a kind of like a ceremony. When somebody get angry out of something, and other people cheer it and saying and encourage, okay, go and do it, go and do it, like that. And people worship it, anger. So people do, it's kind of like hold it, it's kind of like a ceremony. So you have to get out of it. Another one is the ignorance. So ignorance also like a fire, and it destroy ourselves and destroy everybody around us. One thought of ignorance can destroy your whole life. And one person can destroy whole family. One person can destroy entire village. One person can destroy whole state. One person can burn and destroy whole country. There is a possibility one person can destroy whole world. So don't be that person, even in your family, even in your village, even in your city, state, or the country, even this world. Don't be that person. Don't allow ignorance to destroy your life. So ignorance is that much powerful. So through self-discipline, self-education, with the self-wisdom, and you have to little by little overcome it. That is why the Dharma is there to help for us to overcome that. So otherwise, putting fire to this ignorance, and maybe someone else putting fire to their ignorance, and everybody going to burn. So those are the three fires that you have to get out rather than ignite it: greed, hatred, and the delusion. And there are three other fires you have to light every day in every way. And the one is that take caring your family members. Gahapati Aggi. Gahapati Aggi means that as a husband, as a wife, take caring each other, take caring family, and doing it, you do things to them, take caring your parents, take caring your brother, sister, you doing things for others as offering with the faith, not with the anger. Even you make a cup of tea with the faith. See, the Buddha was telling to Uggaha this Uggata Sarira Brahmana. Now he is ready to do for offering this, killing these animals to and offer to the fire. So Buddha said it's not going to work. So then what you have to do? If you really want to do offering something to gain a good result, do something for your husband, for your wife, children, your parents, brothers, sisters, your family members, friends. When you do it as offering. See how deep that. In day-to-day life sometimes, mostly we do things with the unhappy mind. And we don't see the how the feedback going to come. But to start yourself. So whatever you do with the deeper happiness inside you. It's going to change a lot of outcome. All the benefit going to come to you. And that will help for you and for others. And the second fire that you have to light, Ahuneyaggi. And Ahuneyaggi is kind of like that whoever visiting and whoever that you meet, even your workplace, you don't know that person, whoever come to you to get your service. And if there is a possibility you want to do something for other, even you giving something to a beggar without asking that person something, do it kind of like offering with the happiness, with the respect inside you. So that will change deeper inside you. And not only you, the receiver also. So the first one with your family and relationships. Another one, so whatever that you do to other people, suddenly or as a responsibility, as a duty, just do it with the respect. So that is a kind of like you lightening a fire. It's going to bring you the greater satisfaction, and it's going to become a profitable skill, and it's going to be merits for your entire sansaric journey. And other fire that you have to light, Dakkineyaggi. Dakkineyaggi means kind of like when you do dana or offering food, or when you giving some gift, or for kind of like monks, gurus, and spiritual leaders, elders, for some respectful people. So whatever teachers, so like that, when you go and do some offerings, so you do it with the respect. Doing something as a duty, doing something with the respect, totally two different things. So what the Buddha mentioned here, you have to do this as an offering with the respect. So it is a kind of like fire that you light, and it is greater than you do the fire ceremony. So there are three kind of fires that you have to destroy from you: greed, hatred, and the delusion. Don't ignite that fire. And there are three other fires you have to light and do it as a ceremony. Ahuneyaggi fire, that means Ahuneyaggi, Aggi means fire. That's mean that whoever come to you, and whenever you do as a service, do it as a offering. Do it like a offering with the respect. Another one is Gahapataggi. That means with your family members, husband, wife, children, parents, brothers, sisters. So when you do something, don't do as a responsibility. The government, by law, by culture, mostly it tells us to do it as a responsibility. But here what the Buddha says, do it as an offering. Dakineyaggi, for monks, for gurus, teachers, priests, elders, with the respect when you do something, give something to others, and do it with the deeper satisfaction inside you, and do it as a kind of like offering. And then the seventh one, the seventh fire, the kattagi. Kattagi means this fire that we light to get the heat. And then Buddha said, this fire is useless. This fire doesn't make any sense. This fire not going to purify us. This fire, only thing this fire can do, for the moment, according to environment, according to situations, for this conventional life, it can facilitate us. So offering anything to that fire is not going to transform our spirituality or not going to change us. Khattagi. And putting something to this burning or putting something to this fire, it's not going to change anything. So then there are three fires that you have to destroy, eradicate, and there are three fires that you have to light in you. If you do this as a ceremony, then you gain a lot of merits, and even in this very life, and even in this next life, and wherever in this samsaric journey. And also, if you do this somehow, slowly, little by little, little by little, it will take you to the nibbana also. There is a possibility that it can open the path to that. So then in yourself, remember, see this Uggata Sarira Brahmana, he had money and he want to do something. So what he was trying to do? He was trying to kill a lot of animals and offering to fire. And see, in case if he did that, what will happen to him? He going to accumulate a lot of demerits, akusala, unprofitable actions, an unprofitable result out of that action. So once you do that kind of things, there's no way that it is very difficult for you to reverse it. So then be very careful yourself. Don't perform yourself, believing, especially believing it is a meritorious act. If you do unprofitable actions, it's going to bring a greater harm to you and for others. There are still people do like that way. People kill others thinking, and it's going to bring the good to themselves. It's not going to happen like that. So then what the Buddha said, if you really want to do something good, to gain good, and if you want to offer your life or any action and to gain something good, if you want to do offering, And first get out of the greed, hatred, and the delusion, and do actions to your family members, your loved ones, as offering, not as even responsibility. Just do as offering. Even the workplace or the others, whoever come to you, if you are to get your service, do your work as offering. And even that in society, that in your area, that your teachers, whoever the elders, so wise people, when you want to do something, and do things as offering, so that way you gain a lot of merits to your life. So Uggata Sarira Brahmana listened this and he was so happy, and he worshipped the Buddha and appreciate and telling, oh, you rescue me from this danger, because if I do this, what happen, that I going to suffer in my sansaric journey. And then he went back and he released all the animals, and he gave the freedom to animals, and he start to share the everything, whatever the things that he accumulate to for the offering, he share it with other people, whoever around him, and everybody got happy. And all the even the animals, and the animals was in the, were in the fear, but now animals was so free and start to go here and there, and was so happy. And seeing this happiness, so the Uggata Sarira Bhakmana was so happy in that very moment. Look, and he was so happy. And he received itself that the what the Buddha said. And if he start to kill and do that, that all the suffering he going to, but now he see the joy, he see the happiness, and his mind was so happy. That happy mind transform him with the wisdom, transform him to enlightenment. So it is possible for you also. So then be mindful yourself when you do something good, and when you say it, that make you happy. So that way you also able to open your heart deeper and purify your heart. Why? Because the real happiness has power to purify our heart, and that purification will help you to gain the wisdom. So, with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vangotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.